Alright, so we did the lesson on the Law of Least Expectance, and already there's been a bit of confusion as to why this is so. Mainly because if Bob Proctor and other gurus say you need to have expectation, why is it that I'm saying we need to have no expectation? And the answer is you need both. Okay? I'm just focused on the last part of having to forget your expectations. See, yes, before the ritual, preparing for it and doing it, you need to have the most expectation. And then immediately after the ritual or spell work is done, forget about it and have no expectation. Bob Proctor practices hermetics, but he does not teach magic. He teaches reprogramming the subconscious mind so that you acquire habits which are akin to thought forms which are going to work regardless of what you do. It's like little subconscious programming that will take over and work for you. And that's a whole other thing. We'll get into that stuff a bit down the road. Bob Proctor and those like him teach how to make money. It's like Donald Trump has proven he has this subconscious program because he's lost it all and he's made it all back and then some. The guy can't help but make money. If you can get things to the point where they're habit, they become automatic. It's an automatic programming ruled by the subconscious. Subconscious rules all habits. So yes, I mean, Bob Proctor's stuff does work. The problem with going the affirmation route, and the reason it takes so long, is because the conscious mind blocks it out. You're coming from a frame where you're telling yourself things over and over and over again. And you're doing it within a conscious mindset. You're conscious of telling yourself these things. So the conscious mind will block and filter that stuff out. Eventually, it will get through. Eventually. It takes a while. When will it get through? When it becomes a habit. With magic, though, we're using symbolism that the subconscious already recognizes. Everything we do in magic and spellcasting and in your temple is highly, highly symbolic. And we're also in a trance-like state to where the conscious mind and the subconscious are closer together. So they can cross-communicate easier. So we're not just saying words in a conscious frame of mind, as with affirmations. So, but the big thing about magic is, yes, you need expectation. I mean, we live in a world of duality anyway. So it would make sense that you have to have both. You have to expect it, but then you have to forget it. If you haven't already done so, I recommend watching Birch's videos, The Three Keys, and How Magic Works, parts 1 through 3. And I forget which one in there he talks about that sometimes magic won't work or manifest until you've totally given up and admitted you failed on the spell. Well, yeah, because you've allowed your conscious mind to forget about it. You've given up. So you've given up on it, and then all of a sudden it manifests. Well, that's because you let go of it. You have to let go and move on. I understand it's difficult. It is. And you've heard others say you got to send energy out into the universe or to your target or whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. But what is that energy? If it's mind over matter, it's, isn't the energy your thoughts? Well, how are you going to send it off into the universe if you're still thinking about it? Thinking about it is evidence that you're still holding on to it. So But you know, you need to just find other things to do to keep your mind preoccupied on other things besides magic and your workings. It's important to keep good notes. And this is something I should have mentioned a long time ago. And it's another reason you shouldn't be just using my videos as your main curriculum. But yes, you should be keeping good notes. Birch talks about how they'll write things down, slam the book in their face, and not open it for 3 months. Because when the goal is to forget what you've done, you're going to need those notes later on to remember what you've done when it comes to pass. And exactly how you did it. Those notes become pretty valuable. And while I'm on the topic of reading and writing, the thing I get asked the most is which books I recommend. And I've already recommended a couple. Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, and Kabbalah, Magick, and the Great Work of Self-Transformation by Liam Thomas Christopher. Which, if people have read through Kabbalah, Magick, and the Great Work of Self-Transformation, it has all the prerequisite reading material recommendations within that book. Don't think that I don't know who and who is not doing the work simply by the questions that you ask. Because each grade has required reading. You know, books are great for acquiring new information. The problem becomes when we get so absorbed with acquiring new information that we get stuck in our head, meaning that conscious, logical side of the mind. Because that side of the mind will block magic. Getting too absorbed with procedures and protocols and whether or not mistakes are being made and thinking about magic after you've just performed magic. These things where you get stuck in your head, they will hinder you. I know it all seems paradoxical, but magic is a paradox. I guess the key word that I'm trying to get across is balance. You have to have balance. You have to have the most expectation, and then when it's over, have no expectation. Because we live in a world of duality. Everything is yin and yang. That is how the paradox is reconciled. Male and female. Projective and receptive. We live in a universe where they tell us the galaxy is expanding and things are projecting outward, but at the same time everything is held in place by a gigantic black hole, receptive, in the center of the galaxy. How can it be both? Things are paradoxical. You have to understand the yin and yang. It is paradoxical. But if you can reconcile them, that's when you can get things to start working for you. I always told you that polarity is the basis of the tree of life. Without it, it would all fall apart. And I'll see you next time. Take care.